If you are over 60, or you have someone in your family who is, stop what you are doing for just a moment, because what I am about to share with you is something most people do every single night, without even realizing the damage it is causing. There is a sleep habit, a very common one, that feels completely normal, comfortable even, but doctors are now warning that it could be quietly damaging your brain while you sleep. And the most dangerous part? It doesn't hurt. There's no warning sign, no sudden symptom that tells you something is wrong. You wake up the next morning thinking everything is fine, but inside your brain, night after night, something is slowly changing. Doctors have started noticing a pattern. Many seniors who complain about memory loss, confusion, brain fog, even early signs of cognitive decline, often share one hidden habit in common, a habit they never thought twice about. And here's where it gets serious. This isn't about rare diseases or complicated medical conditions. This is about something simple, something you might be doing tonight, without realizing the long-term consequences. In fact, some experts now believe that correcting this one habit could significantly reduce the risk of brain-related issues as you age. Let me put it this way. Imagine going to sleep thinking you are resting your body, but instead, your brain is not getting the oxygen, circulation, or recovery it actually needs. Over time, that small nightly mistake becomes a silent routine of damage. And the truth is, most people only realize it when it's too late. But not you. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break this down in the simplest way possible. You'll understand exactly what this habit is, why it's harmful, and most importantly, what you can do to fix it starting tonight. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you sleep and protect your brain for years to come. The hidden habit doctors are warning about is sleeping in a position that restricts your breathing, especially mouth breathing while lying flat on your back. It sounds harmless, right? In fact, many people think sleeping on their back is the best position. It feels natural, it feels comfortable, and for years, no one really questioned it. But here's what most people don't realize. When you lie flat on your back, especially as you get older, your airway becomes more vulnerable. The muscles in your throat relax during sleep, your tongue can slightly fall backward, and your breathing can become partially blocked without you even noticing. And that's when mouth breathing begins. You don't feel it happening. You don't wake up gasping. There's no loud alarm going off. But quietly, night after night, your body shifts from deep, efficient breathing through the nose to shallow, less effective breathing through the mouth. And that changes everything. Because nasal breathing is how your body is designed to function during sleep. It helps regulate oxygen levels, supports proper airflow, and even plays a role in maintaining healthy blood circulation to the brain. But mouth breathing? It does the opposite. It reduces the quality of oxygen your brain receives, dries out your airways, and can even disrupt the deeper stages of sleep that your brain depends on to repair itself. And here's the part that makes this dangerous for seniors. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to small changes. What might have been harmless in your 30s or 40s can quietly become harmful after 60. That slight breathing restriction, that small drop in oxygen, repeated every single night, starts to add up. It doesn't feel dramatic, it doesn't feel urgent, but over time, it creates the perfect environment for brain fatigue, memory issues, and reduced mental clarity. Many people wake up thinking, maybe I just didn't sleep well. But the truth is, it's not just about sleep quality. It's about how you are breathing while you sleep. And most people never check that. They adjust their blanket, change their mattress, even try sleeping pills, but they never look at the one thing that could be silently affecting their brain every single night. And that's exactly why this habit goes unnoticed for so long. Because it feels normal, until the effects start showing up. Now here's what most people don't see. What actually happens inside your brain while you're sleeping. Because sleep is not just rest. It's one of the most active, important processes your brain goes through every single day. While your body is lying still, your brain is working, repairing, resetting, cleaning itself. There's a system in your brain called the glymphatic system, and you can think of it like a cleaning crew that only shows up at night. Its job is to remove waste, toxins, and harmful proteins that build up in your brain during the day. And this process is critical, especially as you age, because if those toxins are not cleared properly, they start to accumulate. And over time, that buildup has been linked to memory problems, slower thinking, and even serious conditions like cognitive decline. But here's where your sleep habit comes in. This entire cleaning process depends on deep, uninterrupted sleep and proper oxygen flow. When your breathing is restricted, or when you switch to mouth breathing, your oxygen levels can drop, even if it's just slightly. And that small drop, repeated over hours, interrupts your brain's ability to fully complete this nightly cleanup. It's like sending a cleaning crew into a building, but turning off half the lights and cutting their time short. The job doesn't get done properly, and the next night, more waste builds up, then more, then more. Now imagine this happening not for one night, but for months, even years. This is why many seniors start to notice things like forgetting simple words, losing track of conversations, feeling mentally slower than before, or waking up feeling tired even after a full night's sleep. It's not always just aging. Sometimes it's the brain not getting the quality of repair it needs. And there's another layer to this. When your breathing is off during sleep, your brain can also experience tiny disruptions, micro-awakenings that you don't even remember. You don't fully wake up, but your brain does, again and again. And every time that happens, your deep sleep gets interrupted. Your brain never fully reaches the stage where real healing and memory consolidation happens. So even though you slept for 8 hours, your brain feels like it only got half the rest it needed. And over time, that gap starts to show. Not overnight, but slowly, quietly, just like the habit itself. Now this is the part that really matters, because these are the signs most people feel, but almost no one connects back to their sleep. It usually starts small, so small that you brush it off. You walk into a room and suddenly forget why you went there. You pause in the middle of a sentence, searching for a simple word that used to come instantly. You misplace things more often, your glasses, your keys, and you tell yourself, maybe it's just normal aging. But then it starts happening more frequently. You find yourself rereading the same line, again and again, because your focus just isn't there. Conversations become harder to follow. Names take longer to remember, and sometimes you feel mentally foggy for no clear reason. Not sick, not tired, just slower. And here's where it gets even more concerning. You wake up in the morning, after what should have been a full night of sleep, but instead of feeling refreshed, you feel heavy. Your mind feels dull, your energy is low, and it takes time just to feel normal again. Most people think, maybe I didn't sleep well, but they don't ask the deeper question, why didn't the brain recover overnight? Another sign many seniors ignore is waking up with a dry mouth or even a slight headache. It seems minor, easy to overlook, but these are often signals that your breathing during sleep wasn't optimal. Your body was working harder than it should, just to get enough oxygen. And then there are the subtle emotional changes, feeling more irritable than usual, getting overwhelmed faster, struggling to stay mentally sharp during the day. These are not just mood issues. They can be signs that your brain didn't get the deep restoration it depends on. And the truth is, these signs don't appear suddenly. They build slowly, quietly, over weeks, months, sometimes years. That's why they're so easy to ignore, because each change feels small on its own. But when you step back and look at the pattern, you start to see something deeper. A brain that isn't fully recovering at night. A system that's being interrupted, again and again, without you even realizing it. And the most important thing to understand is this. These signs are not just something you have to accept. They are signals, warnings, and once you recognize them, you have the chance to do something about it, before they turn into something more serious. Now here's the good news. This is not something complicated. You don't need expensive treatments or drastic changes to your life. In fact, small adjustments to your nightly routine can make a powerful difference, starting from tonight. The first and most important change is how you position your body while you sleep. Instead of lying flat on your back, try shifting slightly to your side. Side sleeping naturally helps keep your airway more open, reducing the chances of your tongue falling backward and blocking your breathing. It may feel unfamiliar at first, especially if you've slept on your back for years, but your body adapts faster than you think. A simple trick? Place the pillow behind your back so you don't roll over during the night. Now the second step, and this is just as important. Train your body to breathe through your nose, not your mouth. Before you sleep, take a moment. Close your mouth and gently breathe through your nose for a minute or two. This signals your body to stay in that pattern as you fall asleep. If you often wake up with a dry mouth, that's a strong sign your breathing is shifting during the night. Some people even use simple solutions like improving room humidity or ensuring their nose is clear before bed. The goal is not perfection, it's awareness. The third adjustment is something most people overlook: your pillow height and neck alignment. If your pillow is too high or too flat, it can tilt your head in a way that restricts airflow. What you want is a neutral position, where your neck and spine are aligned naturally. Think of it like this: your airway should feel open, not compressed. Sometimes, just changing your pillow makes a noticeable difference in how you feel the next morning. And finally, give your brain the environment it needs to fully recover. Avoid heavy meals right before bed. Limit screen time, especially bright lights, in the last hour, and try to keep a consistent sleep schedule. These small habits support deeper sleep, and deeper sleep is where real brain repair happens. Now here's the key. You don't need to do everything perfectly. Even improving one or two of these areas can start reducing the silent strain on your brain. And over time, those small nightly improvements compound into something powerful. Better clarity, stronger memory, more refreshing sleep, all from simple changes that most people never think about. Now let's step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. Because what we're really talking about here isn't just sleep, it's your future. The small changes you make at night, the way you breathe, the way your body rests, all of it builds into something much bigger over time. When your brain gets the oxygen it needs, when your sleep becomes deeper, more stable, more restorative, you start to notice changes. Not dramatic, not overnight, but real. You wake up feeling clearer, your thoughts come faster. Simple things, like remembering names, following conversations, staying focused, begin to feel easier again. And that matters more than most people realize. Because mental clarity is independence, it's confidence, it's being able to live your life without constantly second-guessing your memory or feeling like your mind is slowing you down. And here's something important. Protecting your brain is not about chasing perfection. It's about reducing the small, repeated stresses that add up over time. Every night your breathing improves. Every night your brain completes its natural repair process. You are quietly strengthening your cognitive health. You are giving your brain what it needs to stay sharp, for years longer than most people expect. And this is where the real power is. Because most people wait. They ignore the early signs. They assume it's just age. They do nothing until the problem becomes too big to reverse. But you're not doing that. You're understanding something early, something simple, but powerful. And that puts you ahead of the decline, ahead of the confusion, ahead of the silent damage that so many people never see coming. So tonight, when you go to sleep, you won't just be resting. You'll be making a choice. A small one, yes, but one that your brain will thank you for every single morning. And before you move on, just take a moment to think about this. Most people spend years trying to fix their health during the day, but they completely ignore what happens to their body at night. The truth is, your brain doesn't repair itself when you're awake. It heals, it resets, it protects itself while you sleep. And that means every single night is an opportunity to either support your brain or slowly work against it without even realizing. But now, you know. You understand that something as simple as how you sleep, how you breathe, can shape your mental clarity, your memory, even your independence in the years ahead. And that's powerful. Because real change doesn't always come from big, dramatic decisions. Sometimes it comes from small, quiet adjustments, repeated every night. So tonight, don't just go to sleep the same way you always have. Pause for a second. Adjust your position. Pay attention to your breathing. Give your brain the environment it needs to truly recover. Because the goal isn't just to sleep. It's to wake up with a mind that feels clear, strong, and ready for the day ahead. And if this helped you even a little, stay connected. Because the more you understand these small, hidden habits, the more control you gain over your health, your mind, and your future.